Hey guys, it's Misha Mavros here, and today I'm going to talk about borderline personality disorder and our fear of abandonment. So, one of the core criteria of borderline personality disorder is the fear of abandonment, and it can be either real or imagined, which means if a person is saying that they're leaving for an extended period of time, that causes us to become very anxious, very nervous, very afraid. And an imagined fear of abandonment would be when someone doesn't necessarily tell us that they're going to be going anywhere, but we perceive what they have told us as them leaving. And that can then manifest itself into a fear on its own, and we start to overthink what that person said and meant, and if it could possibly mean that they are in fact going to be leaving. Now, our fear of abandonment stems from the lack of consistent care that we had when we were infants and children. Talking about it psychologically, that is my best guess and what I have concluded from the research I have been doing on why certain people have these fears of abandonment. It's because there's been some significant trauma that happened to us when we were younger due to our primary, secondary caregivers and them not being there when we need them for an extended period of time, or coming and going, a very ambivalent attachment that can cause us to now be afraid of all of our relationships in now present day. If they leave, that's what scares us, because we're not sure if they're coming back, because all of us humans base our interactions in the present on what we have dealt with when we were infants and children. So, the difference between real and imagined abandonment, they're both very real, and to us, it can still be very, very scary, even if the person has not confirmed or solidified the fact that they are in fact leaving. This fear of abandonment can cause us to believe that it is us that is making the person leave. It's something we've done. It is, due to our personality or, our idealization, maybe pulling too much, being too clingy, for lack of a better word. So we can be afraid that this might be the reason why. Or we can be afraid that, there's external forces, other people that are causing this person to want to leave. So kind of forces that we cannot control. This kind of means that we don't have control of the situation, and in that case we then engage in the impulsive behaviors to kind of gain control and put us in a state of forgetting why we needed to engage in that impulsive behavior in the first place. So it kind of takes our mind off of it. Personally, for me in my life, when someone is quote unquote abandoning me, either for a short period or a long period of time, either temporarily or permanently, it is still a very, very scary thing to me. When someone I love, either a relationship or a friendship, not so much with my family anymore, but relationships and friendships, when these people either cancel on a date, cancel on us hanging out, or we haven't seen them in a while, we haven't seen each other, and it kind of really it gets to me, really scares me. My heart rate can accelerate. I begin thinking of the reasons why they may not want to see me. It could be reasonable excuses, such as they're busy, they have a new job, they rather hang out with other people, not because I'm bad, but just because they want to see other people other than me. But this still, as much as I try to tell myself that it is okay, it is healthy to have some separation from people, it still kind of fucks with me. I begin thinking that I'm not good enough, I'm worthless. If they're not going to spend time with me, why would anyone want to spend time with me? And that's kind of also why we hate being alone, is because we're worried that no one wants to see us. We're not good enough for human interaction, and it kind of puts us into that depressing mood and depressing state in which we need to engage in those impulsive behaviors. So, for instance, even when a friend of mine, we have plans, we have like a lunch date or whatever, if they cancel because of a reason, and it's not really the best reason. Like, I understand if someone's like, okay, like my mom's in the hospital, I need to go. That doesn't trigger negative emotions for me. But if it's like, oh yeah, like I just caught up with this person instead, immediately I'm thinking, well, is that person better than me? Like, why aren't I good enough? Why can't you spend time with me? What can I do to make myself better? And then all of that disordered thinking kind of spirals into a negative emotion, and then that makes the people even want to, like distance themselves from me more, and it's just like a vicious cycle. So that's kind of our fear of abandonment. Hopefully I explained that properly. If you guys feel the same way, if you guys experience this as well, leave some comments in the little section down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll be hitting you guys back with another borderline personality disorder video type thing next week. Thanks, guys.